So what you're seeing in front of you is a Treemap chart. Don't you think this looks really different? This kind of a chart is new addition to our 2016, and the look and feel of this chart is very different from the others. We have always seen the bars and the pie charts and the line charts frequently used, but if you have a look at this, this is basically the rectangular or square formatting of chart, and it looks quite good, right? Now this chart function is to show data over many hierarchies, and showing hierarchies through charts has never been easy, but with this option that we have, the Treemap chart, it's quite useful. Okay, so if you have to show some few levels of hierarchy in your data, it can be done with the help of the Treemap chart. It is very similar to the pie chart, but in fact it can be a bit easier to use than the pie chart because you have rectangles and squares rather than a pie or a donut. But you need to be careful again while you are analyzing data over here. Okay, so let's see how we can work around or prepare this chart. Again, it's going to be very simple. You just select the data and you just go and select the chart option you want to represent it in. But you need to be careful where you can use this chart. Now what you're seeing in front of you are rectangles and squares. Let's not interpret this chart as of now. Let's create one and then analyze it. So I'll just delete this chart. We're going to soon again prepare that colorful box that you just saw. Okay, so we have the names of employees over here which belong to XYZ company. We have the list of products, the area of products that they have sold, and the sales that they have made, the units. Okay, in units, these are in units that they have made. Again, this is hypothetical data, so I don't want you all to much think about what this actually means, but you just need to think that AMI has made sales in automotive products, chemical products, and manufacturing products, each 40, 60, and 20 respectively. Similarly, for Anya, she has sold 10 automotive products, 60 chemical products, and 30 manufacturing products. So if we were to represent this in the form of a chart, the best representation that can be done is using the Treemap chart. So let's just select this data. Once we have selected the data, the next thing that we need to do is go to the Insert tab, click on Recommended Charts, All Charts, and here you will find the option of a Treemap chart. Once you have clicked on Treemap, you just need to click on OK, and here we have the chart ready in front of you. Let's now try to interpret this rather than first, using these options. Let that be. This is the area. The blue region is AMI, the orange region is Anya, the gray region is Bond, and the yellow region is Brian. If you were to see AMI has the same three products: automotive, chemical, and manufacturing. Chemical is given the highest or the maximum region. If this is a box that has been allotted to AMI, you will see that the chemical region is the highest, the second highest is automotive, and the third highest is manufacturing. Rightly so, the data is also like that. If you look at this, the value over here is 60. For automotive, it is a bit less, which is 40, and the third highest manufacturing is 20. So easily you can make out for AMI where is she contributing the highest: chemicals, second highest automotive, and third highest manufacturing. Now let's see for Bond. For Bond, how is the distribution? We can see that manufacturing is where he is contributing more. Okay, within chemicals and automotives, it is the same. Okay, chemicals is 20, it is the third highest, and automotive is 15. Okay, I'm a bit confused now. If you look at Bond, the highest is manufacturing, which is 45. Automotive is 15, third highest, and second highest is chemicals. Hence this square or this rectangular is a bit larger than the automotive one. Okay, so this is also a clear comparison. If you were to look at Brian, we can see that automotive and chemical is exactly divided into two halves correctly, and a bit of manufacturing. So Brian is contributing more towards the automotive side. Again, there's a thing that you need to remember, that we are not comparing Amy with Anya, Anya with Bond, or there's no internal comparison, but we are comparing them with their contribution only. Okay, so Amy's contribution to chemical is compared to automotive to manufacturing, right? So this is giving us a clear picture, a clear visual of each employee contributing towards which sector, towards the higher side and towards the lower side, right? So I think this is great. This chart is great. If you were to just have a look at it, you can easily find out what this data is giving. If you were to just analyze this data over here, it will be quite a task to do that, but if we have something like this, it's quite simple. Let's look at the various chart options. As I told you, we have various chart elements over here, so you can always edit them the way you want, but let's keep all the three. This is making the data more clear. You can choose the style the way you want it to look. This looks better, and you can always select the colors, right? The first option looked good because we have 4 different colors for all the 4 employees. So this looks fine, right? So this was about the Treemap chart, perhaps the most interesting new chart that came up with 2016. It's quite different in terms of looks to other Excel charts. Other Excel charts are quite boring, might be because we have used them through years, but this is something new and this is something interesting, right? So please explore this chart in your data set as much as possible. This will make your look the data report look more appealing. Also, it is very easy to interpret such charts. We're just going to see one more version of hierarchical charts, wherein we're going to see the sunburst chart. It's equally interesting, so let's do the sunburst chart.